Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the baddest sports podcast around. That's right, it is the BadCatz. God knows what edition of this. We're well past 100 shows. But with my main man, the Birdman. Birdie, what's going down, Brown?
Got the hat?
Yeah, you're rocking the Red Sox.
Got the hat, and you know we're superstitious people.
Yeah.
Like you say, gamblers are superstitious,
Yeah.
baseball players are superstitious. Yeah. I told Rowdy today, the hat stays on, and we will not shave until the Red Sox.
Mike, you got to join us. I'm in on it.
Well, not shaving?
I'm in. No shave.
Until the Red Sox are eliminated?
The Red Sox are eliminated.
So Red Sox eliminated.
I didn't go on sales calls, my brother.
You don't have
Come on.
I'm down.
Woo!
I'm with it. I'm with it. Let me tell you something. I love the Red Sox tonight. I love that energy. Alex, you watch the game, Rouse, at all?
Yeah, of course, come on.
Hey, big energy in a baseball game, right?
Mike, my nerves can't take it anymore. After you see me the other night,
if you would have had a Fitbit on your ankle, right? If you would have been under federal house arrest, right? The buzzer would have went up and goes, this guy cannot be walking this much inside of his house. Okay.
I was a caged
you
animal.
were talking to the TV, yelling at Yankee fans on TV. Look at that pussy with the Yankee shirt on at Fenway Park. I was like, God damn. Birdie, you're supposed to be the voice of reason around here.
Yeah, well,
when it comes to Red Sox.
You're supposed to be the voice of reason around here, man.
That rivalry traumatized me for years.
Yes, it did. That
and like I told you, I don't even care if they
give it to them every
swept
time
by Tampa. I wanted the Yankees done.
Hey, how about this for the curse of the Bambino and fucking Bucky Dent and fucking Boone and the Babe and the rest of them, okay? Let me tell you something. We own the Yankees in the postseason in this generation. It's the Pepsi generation. It's Generation Next. And the Red Sox are the king of the Yankees. How's it feel to get eliminated? 2004. See you later.
Yeah,
how many World Series have you won since then?
We got 1 in 20 years.
How many we got in 20 years?
We might have 5 in 20 years.
I mean, come on. You ever think you'd say that?
Hey,
listen to me. I love New York.
Mike,
I love it.
Mike.
I love the women. I love the nightlife. I love the energy and the action. But then pinstripes, man, you can take it. I never said Gina sucked. I always respected it. But respect does now.
You remember the chants in 1918 for years and years?
Oh, Bucky Dent,
yeah,
1918.
Come on. They tortured us for years. So
I remember Mickey Rivers giving Bill Lee a cheap shot
a sucker punch.
End of the season.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Believe me.
When
rivalries were rivalries.
Karma is a MF. And the Yankees are on
Let
the
it
back.
free, Birdie.
I've been in Jimmy's Cafe. Now, Jimmy's Cafe in the Bronx, right across the street. You know that bar? Jimmy's Ballpark Cafe.
There's a lot of them.
Oh, no, that's the famous one, baby, right there. I was going out with some sweet Puerto Rican correctional officer from Rikers Island, Riles. I said, baby, you can arrest me anytime you want.
I'm a Red
I don't want to
Sox
go to
fan.
Rikers Island, though.
Hey, listen. I got friends everywhere, Birdie. But you can put me in the hole whenever you want, honey. Just bring me my 3 meals a day and give me a...
Life is good.
I used to call her Puerto Rican Judy.
Oh, wow.
Right? That was her name. She came to Florida. She loves St. Mike's.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, she used to take the bus and the train.
There's nobody that ever didn't come to Fall River that could say a bad thing about the food. That's one thing they cannot talk about.
No, they love the food. And the people like to have a good time. You know what I mean? And plus now you're riding with Hurricane, so now you're getting the A-list tour.
Yeah.
You feel me, Birdie?
You're like a celebrity. The mayor. I don't call you the mayor out there for nothing.
Listen, you're getting the A-list tour, and then after midnight, you're getting a super VIP tour.
Nothing good happens after midnight, is the old saying. All right.
Puerto Rican, I'll never forget that. The night I met her, I swear to God, I thought my brother was going to knock out one of those Japanese chefs. You know how they do the food in front of you and they make the volcanoes?
Yeah.
Rouse, you know what I'm talking about with that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So he's playing the Nets the following night, right?
Wow.
So we all go to dinner. There's like 15, 20 people from Forever, right? And the chef starts trying to pick up my brother's wife.
Oh, wow. That's
right. And listen, at the table, and my wife shows her the ring, blah, blah, blah. And someone says, you know, we're talking to this guy who plays in the NBA. And he laughed and humiliated my brother and threw some onion sauce at him. I'm like, I'm like, Hong Kong food's about to get knocked the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then my brother says, yeah, you're a real smart ass. He got his general manager. He showed the union card. The guy comes over. Oh, sorry. So I'm telling you, that's it.
Yeah, that's not a good move.
Very disrespectful. I've never seen anything like that from Service. And the whole concept about that group eating with the volcanoes and the rice. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, the Japanese, they have different.
I mean, there's a
the hibachi?
The hibachi, yeah.
Yeah,
the hibachi,
yeah.
and they do all the tricks, and the sake and all that bullshit. So it's about the cook being a good dude and getting everybody laughing.
Oh, yeah. That's an awesome time, by the way.
This creep's trying to bang my brother's wife.
So if we would have done, if your brother or me or you would have done that, and to them, and based on their culture, what would have happened to us, right?
Yeah, I mean, this guy shows us. I mean, we're talking about $1,000 bill, Birdie.
The old days, that's one thing.
Hibachi's not cheap.
Nah.
Hibachi's not cheap at all.
And we're in New York City.
Oh, yeah, come on, even worse.
You know what I mean?
That's a good way to get a good beat down real quick, though. You're right about
all right.
that.
Red Sox, Yankees, let's get back to it, man. Listen, we were talking to Rowdy about this, and we were talking to our listeners about this. Huge difference between regular season and playoff baseball. But with that being said, the energy that was at Fenway was one of a kind. My friend called me up, and he was at the game. He was like, Mike, it's like a freaking bee's nest in here, man.
Intensity.
I mean, we're going at their fans. We're going after their players. We're on our feet. He goes, I haven't seen it like this in a long, long time. And you know something? When we won in 2004, I'm like, how much can I get to the Sox? We climbed Mount Everest. We had the greatest comeback in sports history. We got rid of a jinx since 1918 and all that other bullshit. Doesn't get any better than this.
That single game the other night might have had as much intensity as one of those
without question
games in 2004.
Especially because the one-off. I told you, the one-off is the special occasion. Because the one-off, I feel like it should be for all the playoffs. It makes every game so special. Like you need to win it.
They can't
and
do
it's just
that
so
baseball,
cool.
though, right?
They probably can't afford to do it, but you know something? The more I think of it, the more I think of it. Let me tell you something. Game 5, right? I don't want to sound like a fool here, but I love the Red Sox. I love the Red Sox in this series.
You mean in the series?
And I love the Red Sox in this game. You know, let me tell you something. This team has been RIP'd, okay, far too many times.
I did.
Okay,
well,
I'll admit it. I'll admit it.
I said enough is enough. But you know something? They're resilient. They're tough. And I'm not sure about X and O's, and I don't know what he did in Houston, what he did in the Red Sox, with cheating or not. But I know this. I think there isn't anybody better in baseball than getting the best out of each player than Alex Cora. You know?
You're hard-pressed to find somebody, I'll tell you right now.
And let's face it, the young talent on this team is Latino, right? And being able to get down in Spanish and understanding that culture and how they love to play the game.
Yeah. To be able to relate to those guys, the younger players.
Watch the Caribbean World Series. You ever see it?
No, I've never seen it.
Unbelievable. But, I mean, they play with the passion that is a long, long overdue here.
Getting back to Cora,
yeah.
When we were watching that game the other night, and he was pulling out Evaldi after 71 pitches or 72 pitches, kind of like, at first I was like, Mike, I don't know what this
Birdie,
guy's
tell
doing.
the truth. We were motherfuckering up and down.
But then I turned around and said, what did I say to you? I said, you know what, Mike? He knows his release. I said, at first I was like, I don't know if I like this move. And then I said to you know what, Mike? He knows his players.
You did not, say that at first. You said, what the fuck is he doing?
I said, what is he doing? Then I stopped and I thought, and I said, wait a minute.
I said, wait,
he knows his bullpen.
Okay, I see how it's going down.
He knows his bullpen.
I trust. Same thing with like soccer.
What is Rob trying to tell us?
You just said it looks good. He said it's good. And so same thing about soccer. I always trust the manager, especially when like they know a lot and he's proven like won the World Series in 2018.
Yeah.
So same thing, but I trust him no matter what. And I remember when we started doing the show in like spring or like summer, you're like, oh, you buying the Red Sox? Like, no, I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league, and I was completely proven wrong. So I love it.
You know, my boy Danny Souza from Mesa buried that win total, bro.
But why?
What was that win total? Like
it was like 80.5.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
but why though? There's one reason why you told me he did it.
Because of Cora. He says Cora's not going out. Like, think about it, right? Think about it. He's from a historic baseball family in the major leagues, but he's from baseball royalty in the Caribbean, right? Where do the best baseball players come from?
The central.
No, because we're talking about Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Venezuela.
All the Latin area.
Okay, so
all the young players that are coming up
right?
now, yeah.
That's Caribbean World Series. It's unbelievable, right? And fluent in Spanish, respected there. They got stadiums named after his family out there, okay?
Sure.
And he's royalty, and, okay, he's young, right? He can talk it. He played.
Well,
he checks. You know, they talk about checking all the boxes?
Yeah, he relates to all these guys.
This guy checks all the
No,
boxes.
absolutely,
I mean, hey.
And he played with the Red Sox. He was on the Red Sox team in 07 as a utility player. I mean.
Yeah. And he did his time. Must have been hard to get banished from baseball for a year. And when you're banished from baseball, you can't go to a park. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
They really screw you over.
That must have been tough on him, to be completely away from the game.
You know, so, I love it. And I'm a big, big believer in momentum. Uncle Mo, right? Uncle Mo.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Well, I hope it's still with us starting tonight.
Yeah, I like their chances, and it's going. But Alex Cora, tip your cap. Could not have been easy this year. They started off on fire. There was some unrealistic expectations about them winning 100 games.
Yeah.
They then, like Riley said, water found its level. They came back to earth. But they still, when things were down, they still kept plucking.
They went through
they said, and this is why this is one of my favorite Red Sox teams of all time. Not because of the star power, not because of the time they have invested, but keeping one eye on them all year, right, Riles? Keeping one eye on them all year, watching them plug. This is Rocky Balboa, okay? And our opponents are Apollo Creed. Who, by the way, is going to be a Comic-Con, my dude.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
All right?
Oh, yeah. Trust me.
That's it.
Well,
we are Rocky Balboa.
Wow. Hey,
Knocked
Alan
down
Stevens.
the first giant's been knocked down. Now they got a bigger giant coming up next.
Hey, Alan Stevens.
Creed.
Alan Stevens says the Sox are going to sweep the Rays.
That's what I'm talking. I
Wow.
Alan, you stole my thunder.
You think so?
Alan, you stole
Wow.
my thunder.
We had a nickname for Alan years ago. You know what it was?
What?
Remember the player on the Celtics used to call him Charlie Scott?
Yeah.
Charlie Scott. Alan,
Birdie's telling stories about hillside mansions.
Alan knows who I'm talking about.
Tell your brother we got an APB out and we got a cheer for him right here. Tell
Sweet.
Lamar. We tell Lamar we're waiting for him
Charlie
right here.
Scott.
But yeah, man, hey,
Life
listen.
is good in
Life is
Boston
good.
for a while.
Life is good. Life is good.
Life's not good in New York, though, right now.
NBA preseason is here. NHL preseason is here. We got college football heating up.
Overload.
I think the story of college football this year is the separation Alabama and Georgia have from everybody else, right?
Right now, yeah.
Wait, Alabama's good?
Oh, yeah.
Again?
Undefeated.
Wow.
Number one in the country, blowing people out.
Wiping
Blowing
everybody
people out.
No, I know. I'm just being sarcastic.
Yeah.
They're always. It just doesn't make sense.
Alabama and Georgia, okay? But there's some nice stories. Cincinnati goes to Notre Dame.
I like that Cincinnati team.
Their fans invaded South Bend.
Yeah, I like
right?
that team.
Like barbarians, right?
Sea of Red.
In the Crusades, okay? Then you got Penn State. Nice story going on in Happy Valley, right? An old historic program. Hold on, I'm not done. You got Coastal Carolina.
Tonight.
Last year, Cinderella, 16th in the country. You got Iowa in the field of dreams, baby.
Well, they're playing Penn State this week.
It's Carver Hawkeye Stadium right there. They're undefeated. And
not sold on Notre Dame.
Why not?
Well, they just got beat by
No,
Cincinnati.
that's hail to the victors. I'm giving it to you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Notre Dame.
No, was that the Notre Dame fight?
Yeah,
song?
that's
Or
a Notre
Michigan?
Dame. No, well, I don't know. I'm getting confused now. That's one of
Oh,
them.
Birdie, you don't get confused. You're
I'm
the
not
best.
college,
You're the best memory
Yeah,
I know.
But the fight songs, I can't. I get a
He's
little
not
mixed
right
up.
because it's Red Sox, bro. Believe me, he's got
Yeah,
bags under his eyes.
He's got my mind
He's
going
got-
crazy.
hey,
100
listen,
miles an hour.
it's like being in love with this crazy girl, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well,
That's a good way of
like
putting
being
it.
in love, baby. You got that.
The ups are the ups and the downs are the downs,
Yeah,
right?
Downs
well,
are the downs.
we're riding the high right now. We're riding the wave
Oh, yeah.
right now.
Woo!
But I'll tell you what, it sure beats living in Kansas City or Washington or Oregon or anywhere else. And I'm going to tell you something right now about my Celtics. Total disrespect to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and Al Horford. I would, if I'm their new coach, I would take the Caesars Sportsbook odds, and they have them as a 500 team. They're over their win
Really?
total's
Yeah, that's
41.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
41.
That's ridiculous.
I would blow it up as big as an elephant's head, and I would keep that in my locker
The coach
room
looks great
every
so far.
year. What?
I'm loving everything I'm hearing about the coach. He sounds great. They're doing great things in the preseason, moving the ball a lot, which is great because before it was just dribble, shoot. Now they're swinging it back and forth, which I really, really like. So
I love it. Why would that be like that? They didn't lose nobody from last year.
That's right. That's why I'm jumping on it, Jack.
Well, I think it's because the East is stacked. They have the NBA champions in the Bucks. The Nets are in there. The Bulls, who have gotten substantially better, and the Celtics are one of the few teams who didn't go out and get X player. You know what I mean? Like they got Schroeder, who I like. And Hal Horford, who's older, but they didn't get DeMar DeRozan and Lonzo Ball like the Bulls did. You know what I mean? Like other teams are adding big players, and they're not adding big names.
Dunn too. Chris Dunn.
They traded him, I believe.
And let's face it, right? I hate to say this, but let's keep it real. The Celtics are trending down. You know what I mean?
Based on what he just said, yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm talking about like for odds makers. They had big expectations for the last couple of years. They underachieved last year. But let me tell you something, right? Brad Stevens got famous from bringing a little school that could called Butler into the big time. Mm-hmm. How do you do that there? How do you compete against the Deuce Kentuckys? You want me to tell you how you do it, Birdie? By having an eye for talent.
Okay.
So maybe that's his true gift.
Yeah.
Maybe his true gift is as a general manager. Okay, evaluating talent and evaluating the right pieces.
I was pushing the fire Brad Stevens for a good amount of time before when we were doing.
I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, they've made some good moves, but as a coach, I wasn't liking it last year. I think his time ran out.
Course,
I mean, it just ran its course.
He's got big shoes to fill because he's in an organization that had the most of all time that talent evaluator in Red Auerbach.
Well, you remember, Birdie, he was going against guys that were selling peanuts. I mean, he was going against general managers that didn't even know how to dribble a basketball.
Well, you go look at his moves over the years. It was criminal what he was doing.
Drafting Larry Bird as a junior under everybody's nose.
One.
Okay, traded for Bill Russell.
Rick Roby and a bag of balls for Dennis Johnson.
No, hold on. Do you know what part of the Russell trade was?
What?
That they would pay for the circus to go to San Francisco 3 times a year.
That's a true story.
No,
no.
11 rings later, he has to have one on his toe. One ring on his toe.
There was nobody
even in his.
Thanks for that. Hey, I'll take the ticket tape parades. You can ride on a fucking elephant, you idiot. Well, here's your circus.
There's only one. There's only one that one up stat, and you know what that one was, right?
Yeah.
Babe Ruth for the theatrical.
Do you know the name, player?
No, I don't.
Want me to give it to you?
Yeah, you.
Want me to give it to you?
I don't know.
No, not that.
Okay.
Am I right, Birdman?
No, you're 100% right.
Thank you.
You got me.
Thank you. No, not that. We sold arguably the greatest athlete
at the time.
You know what I mean? And probably the most popular athlete. Him and Muhammad Ali, probably. Okay, because they were both controversial.
Yeah.
And you know what I loved about Babe Ruth? He was a whiskey-drinking, gambling, womanizing son of a gun.
Yeah, there was no social media
like the American
right?
Dream, Dusty Rose.
That's my dude.
If there was
an orphan.
A modern-day Ric Flair.
He was an orphan.
No, what I'm saying is,
he's wilding out.
What those guys got away with years ago. Imagine if there was social media back then. What would have happened to their careers?
Their train rides too. How about when the White Sox tried to take him out and get him drunk? You hear that story?
No, I never heard that.
No, this is the classic one. They said we're gonna get that fat bastard. We're gonna get him drunk, womanizing him. We're gonna keep him out all night. We're gonna beat him. Hey, he shows up to the game, hits 2 home runs, and he's running off and goes, damn, you guys look like shit. Look like you guys have been out all night.
Yeah, there you go.
And he was laughing. Here's a guy that's a Cy Young winner and home run champ.
They don't realize how much he probably played better drinking like that. It didn't faze him, right? Yeah. He was probably showing up like that all the time.
Yeah. And he ended his career with who?
The
Boston Braves, right? I believe.
He died young, though. I know he was
Boston
like
Braves.
53. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was the Braves. Yeah.
Okay. So Red Sox fever is here. I got it. We did a little college football. Are you sold on Michigan?
Not yet.
No.
Not top 10. They might break the top 10.
Where are they ranked right now?
If they were to play Alabama or Georgia in a neutral site right now, what would the line be, you think? 20, 25?
Jeez.
17 to 20. Yeah.
What?
17 to 20.
And who would you take?
I can't take Michigan. They haven't played anybody.
Wow, you're going against your thing, huh?
How can you take a team that has
Alabama's so much better than Alabama and Georgia are so much better than everybody.
Those teams are here, and then these other teams.
Yeah, but 20 points is like
Not against you. Have you seen Georgia's defense this year?
You gotta be able to keep them honest. You can't be one of them. They're not gonna run the ball against Alabama.
Georgia was.
And they're not gonna run it against Georgia.
Georgia was an 18-point favorite against Arkansas and blew the doors off them, right?
I took both of them. My SEC picks, I went 3-0. I as Hillbilly Herren.
Hey, we're gonna get into a massive spread later when we do the NFL. So I got one.
Okay. So Red Sox check preseason hockey. It's Tuukka Rask, right?
I was speaking to these gentlemen who are big Bruins
fans. He's out for how long?
He's out for like what, 2-3 months?
February.
February. So
2-3 months.
So
I think the Bruins did him a disservice last year, man. They by not disclosing his injury, and I get what they did. They exposed him to a lot of fan abuse and a lot of undue criticism. I think. You know, I believe. I mean, no.
Yeah,
Riley, talk to me.
Yeah, but like he played under. He could have came out and said something. Nothing was. Yeah. I don't know if anything was holding him back
because they don't want people to target the injury.
I don't.
There could be excuse like, oh, if we had Tuukka full healthy, then maybe we won.
Obviously, it wasn't a minor injury considering the fact that he's out now, almost going on a year before he comes back. So I mean, and then not to mention you played every game in the Washington series, and then you were playing every single game. They didn't even want to give the kid Swayman a shot at all. Didn't put him in the game. So that all comes down on Cassidy. That all comes down on him.
All right. It's going to be interesting, I'll tell you what, man. But, you know, what we're going to be doing, it's a great time of year to be doing what we're doing.
Every sport is going on. Love it.
This weekend, we got a big... Birdie, where are we going to watch this fight? You said you're going to look into it. You said you're going to research it. I don't know how the fuck you're going to research it on a flip phone, Birdie.
Research the fight already. We did the show on the fight. We're talking about where we're going to see the fight.
6'9" versus 6'7". Okay? The Gypsy King versus the Country Boy. Okay? For the third time. For the lineal. What does lineal mean?
Lineal?
Yeah.
That means maybe the
straight.
Yeah, because that's what he calls himself. The lineal heavyweight championship. So I'm thinking across the line, across the board, the undisputed heavyweight champion, right? The lineal.
I don't know because that other guy, USYK, that just beat Joshua, he's holding a title right now, I guess. So I don't know.
So it says for dictionary definition says in a direct line or descent of ancestry relating to or consisting of lines, so direct ancestry. So maybe he was like born for it.
Yeah. I guess his grandfather was a bare knuckle gypsy.
Well,
you ever watch that movie Snatch?
No.
It's good. It's about a gypsy boxer.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you know anything about the gypsy culture in Europe?
They're crazy.
Interesting, bro. Oh yeah.
So where is he from?
He's Irish, but they lived in Manchester.
So he's a Manchester United fan.
They go to these territories, right? And they take them over with their campsites. They police themselves. They're like off the grid, but they're not. And they're like there's a criminal component to it. It's a very interesting, very rough culture.
I'm sure.
You know, and 6'9".
He's a Manchester United fan.
And he moves. Is he a Man U fan?
Yeah.
And he moves like a deer.
Did we find out whether or not his people are getting access to come in for this fight yet?
We don't know. Yeah. Can we check on access to Fury?
You would think if they're not in here by now, they're not going to get in here. So I don't know. Yeah. He's got enough support though. He's got a lot of support.
The English fight fans are great for boxing. They got the flags. They're waving them. They're drunk all day. They're singing and dancing.
You better be careful in Vegas, though. You know, you've been out there. That's a whole different story. You're not in England.
There's some rough patches in England. Those soccer fans are fucking cray. But we're going to be looking at where are we watching this fight, Birdie?
I don't know. We got a couple of days.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
I'll figure it out.
Buffalo Wild Wings have it?
Yeah, they should. Yeah, they have everything.
I'll get on it
They
tomorrow.
have all the UFC fights when it's there.
Yeah, I know.
We'll come up with something.
My nephew goes there. Okay. Now, we talked about the rest. Now it's time to talk about the best. The NFL. The 21st century church. The thing that can bring friends, family, and foes together. Sundays ain't about the family dinner anymore, and it's not about getting on your knees and praying to Jesus in whatever church you are or whatever God you may serve. It is about football. Football brings us together. Tom Brady fans, New England Patriot fans. okay? Cowboy fans, Giant fans, things that hold family together like your ligaments hold your bones together, okay? Football, family, Sunday, fun day.
Yes.
Yeah, the
And we're
NFL
going in.
The
right-
best
we're-
day, my favorite day of the week, and it's the day right
NFL
before
is
work.
king.
Okay,
I got all the results from last week.
I got 7 issues to discuss this week.
Uh-oh.
Right?
And then we go to
Then we go
Uh-oh.
right to where you want to take us. baby
yes,
boy.
and then we get to see who goes on the back.
That's right.
We get to see who gets to hang up.
As soon as you reached for that paper, Riley, I knew you won.
No. I don't know if I. Hey,
Yeah, you had
hands
to.
up. No,
That
hands
was
up.
awful.
Hands up. I don't know if I won.
Can
I don't know if I won.
Can I throw in the towel and surrender, not even put...
Oh, I didn't even look at the sheet, so I don't have
No. I have no idea who won. I'm not lying.
You had to have won.
No, I have no idea. We'll get into it though. Go.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh,
Urban Meyer.
oh man, this is Birdie's
Okay.
dude.
All right, now let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Jalen Rose says
Jalen
this.
Rose, Detroit, Michigan.
If he was a female,
Yeah.
they'd be having a parade for her because they'd call her a cougar,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I did
it would
see
be
that.
cool,
Yeah, sure.
right?
Yeah.
I know where you're getting.
Now he does it. A bad guy. First of all, it looked awkward
Yeah.
as shit because he was stiff as shit.
Oh, he was. Did you see the pictures though? He was out of it. He was like, he could barely open his eyes. It was bad. It was bad.
Was it?
I'd be more concerned about what he did to his body to get him to that place
Huh.
than getting a lap dance, right?
Okay.
Right.
I didn't see the
Yeah.
the photo itself, but I know that his wife posted a rebuttal on Twitter today, and then she immediately deleted her account. Basically, she's standing by him 100%. Says that anybody that wants to cast the first stone, go ahead, and that she's standing by her guy. And like I said right from the beginning, the media is always going to try to blow everything out of proportion. I didn't see it. I don't know how bad it was, but as I told you, the only person he really has to answer to in this situation
His wife.
is his wife.
Oh, his kids.
Yeah. And like I said,
I mean, listen, like, do you consider getting a lap dance cheating? I don't. I don't like strip clubs. I mean, I like the King's Inn for obvious reasons.
yeah, I don't
You know what I
think
mean? Because they're right up the street and,
I don't think he-
and,
I
they're,
think-
and they're a sponsor of ours. You know what I mean? But I'm not that dude that's going to go and chill in one. But a lot of, and in his defense too, and my brother said this to me too. He said, Mike, it's not about the strip club. When you're famous, strip clubs have better security, right, Birdie?
most of them.
Most of them, you know what I mean? That's where all the profits go. More security, exclusive tables. You can hide a little bit.
The high end places.
You know what I mean? And a lot of strip clubs now have high end restaurants in them.
Yeah, sure.
Throughout
yeah,
the country.
absolutely.
Because I'm like, Chris, what's up with all these pro athletes? Because it's not about that. It's about the security. It's about calling ahead. It's about the VIP treatment. And you're not in a nightclub with, where you got college kids that are bouncing, right?
Pretty much.
You got pros. Does he owe his team an apology? He was forced to apologize to his team. I don't know.
Well,
do they rally around him?
I would think so. I mean, like he said, this is more just apologizing to them for the distraction,
Sure.
not for the incident itself, just for the publicity it got to take away from any thing that the team's going to do all week.
It's tough to rally behind a team who's 0-4. You know what I mean? Like, I was all for Trevor Lawrence. I'm a huge fan of his. I love him. I still think
he's going to be a stud.
Still think he's going to be a generational talent. It's just
Your mother
that
thinks
team-
your mother thinks it's cheating, by the way.
yeah, she does. I mean, I also think it's I also think it's cheating. I don't know if that was a strip club though. That might have been just a bar.
It didn't look like a strip club to me.
I believe it was his restaurant, if I'm not.
Oh, it's his restaurant.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
I saw.
okay.
A restaurant that he's affiliated with.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not enough for me.
I'm just telling you what I saw.
I would be concerned in why he was so blown out in public
Yeah.
than that.
Hey, they're celebrating. They almost beat the Bengals. They were
played
celebrating.
hard. I mean,
Wow,
they
we
played hard in that
got
game.
3 points away from beating the Bengals.
He was
So they want to go celebrate. But I don't
Very
know.
few moral victories in the NFL, but the Patriots had a legitimate one. As they stared down the belly of the beast, looked good. Mac Jones went from ashy to classy just like that, breaking Tom Brady's completion record. okay? Down and out versus the Saints and running with the king a week later. And that's the story of the NFL, especially for young quarterbacks. But we're not giving them any more moral victories, right? We said that was the one that they're going to get this year, right, Birdie?
Well, they can't now because you're playing the worst team in the league. You can't go in there and now just not show up.
And not for nothing, they're tied with three-way tie with the Jets as well in that division.
Sure.
Like it's not just the Dolphins creeping up on them, the Jets as well, which is scary.
What you want to see is all four of those quarterbacks, those rookie quarterbacks, had a little bit of a breakout game last week.
Yeah.
So now you don't want to regress back down and have another come back to having a bad game.
No.
You want to build off of what you did last week.
Sure, you should. Like, we'll give them that moral victory. We'll tip our cap to them. But, right, you are what your record is, Belichick said, right?
Yep.
And they're 1-3.
I agree.
You know what I mean? We'll give them that moral victory because I believe that's a game where a lot of positive could go into a locker room with a lot of new faces and a new modus operandi, right?
Lost the veteran too. Lost the veteran in Gilmore too. So.
Sure.
But think about
you can't get more than a 6-round pick for an all-pro corner.
I think it was because they came out and said that they were going to release him. So everybody knew the price was already low. It's like if I said, "Oh, I'm going to throw this phone in the trash." Anyway, so what do you guys want to buy it for? You're not going to say, "Yo, give me $500 for it." If I just came out and said, "Who wants this phone?" then you're going to ask for it, you know what I mean? But them coming out saying, yo, we're going to get rid of him anyway, who's going to give me something? Just take it.
You brought your A-plus game today, young fella. You got that right, man. Yeah, you exposed off.
Hey, I do it all the time in fantasy. Like
listen, I want to play. I want to try to win $1 million on FanDuel.
Okay, well,
so we have to have a team meeting. We have to have a team
together.
I'll put the money up.
Nah, it's like $5. Just have them put the team.
We can do it after the show for a separate little 10-minute show if you want to do it.
Okay,
if you don't.
Getting back to the Patriots for a second, do you think that these players now, like Gilmore, now I don't want to use Tom Brady, but I believe that Tom Brady knew he was leaving the whole year before he left. Do you think now that based on what they've seen in the past with the way that these players have been treated now, like Gilmore, has decided, because I don't think Gilmore wanted to play at all for the Patriots this year. I thought he was checked out.
But they usually don't pay big numbers to big players, you know what I mean? And he is a defensive player of the year.
This year they spent the second most in NFL history.
Yeah, but I'm saying for that one cornerstone piece who wanted big numbers, Bill's always like, okay, you can leave. Like Chandler Jones, like who's the linebacker that went to the Browns? Landon Collins, I think it was. Jamie Collins. Sorry. Yeah, but like 4 years ago, he wanted big money. He's like, no, you can walk. So I understand because they usually never pay big defensive players money. So I don't think it hurts them much because usually those guys don't get paid in New England either.
But if you knew that you were going to not re-sign him, don't you think you would have gotten a lot more than a 6th-round pick had you got rid of him before the season started?
He's also hurt. He's on the pup list.
Fucking Tampa Bay scoop him up, dude.
Because there's the
salary cap.
Salary cap, yeah. They got a lot. They got a lot of guys
going
on
to pay
money.
him. He's going to get an extension. They're going to sign him right away and give him the money he wants. That's why he wanted out. I don't know what.
If they released him, he would have went to Green Bay because he posted something on Instagram and Devontae Adams was like, "Call me," and they had a chat and he said, "Oh, like if I'm released, I want to go to Green Bay," but that didn't happen. He ended up getting traded.
If
he's by the way, America. Green Bay is only a 3-point favorite. Like Cincinnati.
They just signed.
Hold on, we'll get into that. I have no problem with that.
They signed Jalen Smith from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the story with him?
Will Green Bay continue to roll, Birdman? Like, give it to me, Riley.
They have their schedule coming up is brutal to say the least. I'll pull it up right now, but it's horrendous. Like it's one of the worst schedules in the league. They got the Bengals, who I think not a lot of people are giving them enough credit, but they're sneaky, very good. They're 3-1. The defense might not be good, but they got monster weapons. Then they got after that they got the Bears coming up, which is a division game. Washington football team, and then after that we go to Cardinals, Chiefs, Seahawks, Vikings, Rams.
Whoa.
That is a ridiculous schedule.
See, you're looking at Green Bay. You see that 3, and then all of a sudden it goes off in your head. Aaron Rodgers only laying 3 points, right?
Listen, my life has changed, Birdie, since I stopped trying to figure it out, brother. You know what I do?
Saying.
I trust my instincts. I don't let infomercials or ESPN influence me anymore, unless it's like an injury stat or a weather stat. Okay, and what have I been doing? I give with the same $600 for about 5 weeks, right? And it's still. I was almost done, and then I hit a $50 par, and I was back in the game. And now I get the Seahawks tonight. Okay, tease, but I love Green Bay at Cincinnati.
I don't know.
That game,
I don't know.
There's no way I'm betting against Aaron Rodgers. I mean, until he's on a hot streak right now, 3 games in a row after that first game, and you ride him until he shows
Ride
you
the
otherwise.
streak. Ride the momentum. Don't swim against the current. Go with the flow.
Yeah, but the Bengals have current,
grandmother
too.
said to you when you were a kid, go with the flow. Don't swim upstream.
You gotta give him.
Blah, blah, blah.
Aaron Rodgers the benefit of the doubt
I'm going with it.
Until you
and
don't
I'm
see
betting
it.
against the Rams tonight.
Well,
After that egg they laid in Arizona.
Well,
going against them too.
You made the smart bet because you took points with the spread, so you're getting 8.5. And I told you before the show that Russell Wilson is 24-10 in his last 34 games as an underdog. So not only are you basing it on that fact, you tack on 8.5 points. That's a great. You're getting great value there.
The Bills versus Kansas City.
Game of the week.
Game of the week.
Thank you, Birdie. Air high five. Ready?
Without question.
Game of the week.
Woo. Air high five. We just did it.
This is a game where
Then we get a sound thing with a clap.
put up or shut up time for Bills.
There you
Mafia.
go.
How about both of them? How about for both of them?
Talk to me.
The
I'm
Chiefs-
loving it.
The Chiefs have done it. They've been to the mountain. Buffalo hasn't. Buffalo's been one step away. So and the game's in Kansas.
Every year, Buffalo stepped up a step.
But here's the thing.
That incremental step
Exactly.
that you talked about last week.
They're on it. They on
absolutely
us. They
correct.
so it happens. They made the playoffs. They were out.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs.
Buffalo's-
Won the first game. Then they're out. Made the playoffs. Won the first game. Made the AFC Championship game. Then they're out. Going off of the trajectory, they should make the Super Bowl this year. They're always moving up a step. They've never moved sideways. They never moved back.
Yeah.
So
You
this is it.
Well, and that's the textbook way to win.
Yeah, you keep moving
Right.
up. Just keep getting better. But yeah, go ahead.
Buffalo, I mean, they haven't played anybody yet this year. As you quoted earlier in this year, how the Steelers beat them in Buffalo
Yes.
first game of the year is beyond
The
me.
Steelers might win like 3 games, 4 games all season.
They smoked the Redskins. They just beat Houston 40-0. So this is it. You've been playing against the weaker teams. You've been pounding them.
Pat Mahomes
You're in
is a
the-
bad mofo, bro.
You're in the
He's a
Lions
bad,
den in Kansas
bad
City.
Exactly,
You got
in Kansas
Mahomes. They beat you last year. This is the team that kept you out of the Super Bowl. Show up.
Let me ask you a question. And there's a lot of ways to look at this. And Riley, come in if you got it too.
Yep.
Okay. Who's this game more important to?
Oh, it's Buffalo all day long.
That's tough, dude. The
Oh,
Chiefs.
yeah.
Hold on. If I would have came into the season saying, "Yo, the Chiefs are 2 and."
Why it's more important to the Chiefs?
Well, if I came in the season saying the Chiefs are 2-2, last place in the AFC West, you would have said no chance.
No chance.
And if they lose this game, they're going to be 2-4, and they would still be in last no matter what happens in the whole division.
2-3,
I mean 2-3. Sorry, they'll be in last no matter what happens because the Broncos, if they lose, they'll be 3-2. If the Raiders lose, they'll be 3-2. If the Chargers lose, they'll be 3-2. No
In
matter
a
what,
much
they'll be in
improved
last.
conference.
Yes.
I kind of
yes.
disagree though because Buffalo. This is a game where you got knocked out. You have to show up in this game.
But that's fine. They're 2 games ahead
Yeah.
of everybody in their division.
Well,
the
maybe-
division isn't as close as everybody thought it was going
I
to be.
agree.
The Dolphins are a lot worse.
Psychologically, I'm buying your argument, but of the literal argument of
Buffalo has an easier route to
Hey,
the playoffs.
I'm not
He's 100% right. Buffalo can afford to lose
Yeah.
a game.
100%.
But psychologically, you go in there and Mahomes lights you up and you
Now
you
this
see him for
becomes
the rest of the year.
though it becomes Birdie, it becomes woo 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 the monkey on your back.
No, absolutely.
You don't want the monkey on your back.
That's
We
what
had
it
the
is.
monkey on our back with the Yankees. And we had the monkey on our back with the Dolphins as Pats fans and the Canadians as Bruins fans. You don't want the monkey.
That's what it
and
is.
if Kansas City blows them out, that monkey's going to be on their back, Birdie.
Yeah, and then not only that, now Kansas City gets on a roll too because they were 1-2. Now all of a sudden they start to get rolled.
Hey, I am 125 million% part of Bills Mafia this week, and I couldn't be harder on Bills Mafia. Like I want a loss so bad for the
I know
Chiefs
a couple of Bills fans.
because
If you told me that, I would have brought you in.
oh my God, I would have wore it all because I'm so hard for the Bills Mafia this week. I really need them to win.
Well, that's the game of the
Rams,
week, so.
Seattle tonight.
You know who I'm taking? That's my team for the rest of the year.
Who will perform better tonight? My man Russell Wilson
Ooh,
or Matt Stafford?
Well, it better be Stafford because he looked real bad in the last game, so he's got to bounce back.
You like Stafford, my man? All right.
But also the Seahawks just they're starting running back Chris Carson. He's out for the game. He just got ruled out like 4 minutes ago. So that could be a big loss for them. I mean, their backup Alex Collins isn't too bad, but I still like the Seahawks. I mean the Rams. Stafford's my dude.
Riley knows the backup quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
No,
I picked it. I had to pick him up.
But he
19 years old. Man.
I had to pick him up. I had to pick him up in fantasy because my cousin had Carson, and I was like, how the hell is this dude still on the waiver wire? Because Carson's not going to play, and I took him, Alex Collins.
I got $10 in. I want you two fantasy geeks. Listen to me. You two fantasy geeks to make us some money, right?
You're just putting a roster.
We have to pick against the grain, though, don't we? A little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
There'll be some guys who are super cheap because they're not as good and they could overperform.
There we go.
Like a Tyler Boyd.
You're going into a contest that's got like 750,000 people in there, so you're
Fuck
not.
yeah, Birdie, win a game.
Yeah.
How you like me now?
Kirk Cousins.
How you like me now, Birdie? You and Riley. I'm in.
I took
Right
the
in. Hold
advice.
on. Hold on. Cigarettes, credit card.
I got Stafford and Cup and
Get
Russell
the
Wilson
slips.
in
Light
one of
up.
the for tonight in
Yeah.
fantasy.
Pow.
There it is, right there.
$10.
There we go.
Who's
We
coming
gotta
through
fill
the door
out
right
the
now?
roster
Is it the
first.
cops? I didn't do it.
Nah, I don't know. We're good.
I don't know who's over there.
Hello?
Nope.
Somebody, maybe the wind knocked the door open.
Yeah.
Who
Maybe my
knows?
big mouth.
It's possible.
Slamming the table. Slamming the
All
table.
right, the Rams, man for man, they can match up their team with anybody
yeah.
in the NFL.
Yep.
So I don't know. They're coming off a loss. That's a tough
But
spot.
always the losses could motivate you.
Yeah, I'm
We'll see.
not going near that game tonight.
Slacks last week, and you know what I mean. That's what motivated them to drive forward. So
Yeah, a little, you know, there's 100 years of rivalry there. Next up, two teams, right? Let's face it, Birdie. There's the prom kings and queens and the tens and the supermodels, like my man Michael Rapport said in the movie Beautiful Girls. And then there's the next layer. And two of those teams are the Browns and the Chargers.
Ooh, that's another big game.
That are
this week.
starting, that are balanced,
Yeah,
talented, right?
both
And-
sides of the ball. Yep.
And are they ready to make it up? Birdie, are you shaking your head, Riley? Tell me why.
Because I hate the Chargers. I mean, I just can't. I can't stand it. But I think it's a bad matchup for them. The Cleveland's defense is really, really good. Their front seven's really cool.
So
Where is the game?
Derwin James,
I think it's at
Joey
LA. I
Bosa.
think Cleveland's on the road.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Baker has a torn
Yeah,
thing
I
in
was
his
just
shoulder,
gonna
in his
say
left
that.
shoulder. So that could, pectoral muscle. That could be bad.
That's
but
because he's
it's
been
just-
sleeping in the studio for 3 years, according to Geico or whatever the fuck's
in Municipal Stadium.
yes,
Yes,
a commercial.
that explains why last week when I said he looked terrible overthrowing receivers, then it came out that his shoulders messed
But it's his non-throwing shoulder, so I don't know how much that's gonna affect you. But still, a torn something in your shoulder is gonna be rough. I need the Browns to win. So again, I'm gonna be the biggest Browns fan all game long because if the Browns win, and whoever's playing the Raiders and whoever's playing the Chiefs all win, we're going to number one spot. So I'm rooting for all those games, and those games are good games so
Hey,
far.
we win this fantasy football shit like your mother's talking about. You won one in 8th grade on ESPN.
No, when I was 8, not 8th grade.
Eight, when you were 8, we're going to the
Tell your
Bahamas.
mom that's $1 million first prize. Still.
No, I joined like a random one with a bunch of random people, but not the DraftKings.
Well,
Yeah, but we'll do that one.
$1 million first place.
When I first started getting into the podcast, I had a guy who's coming from. You remember Coach Rodgers from the Bedford?
Yeah.
Eddie Rodgers.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
son Ryan.
Yep.
He won 70-some grand
You
on
told me that,
FanDuel,
yeah.
There you go.
40-some grand
Hell
on
yeah.
FanDuel, and like 7 to 12 a couple of times.
Nice.
And you know what his strategy was? Like we talked
Yeah,
about it.
take
Mesa.
all players
Take people that
nobody's
other aren't
takes,
going to take that have potential to have that you're watching. And
So I'm
think
telling
that
you,
can
yeah.
do it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm with it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
We're down.
Oh,
This is more
look at
action.
that. Last look into. We got our 7 questions of the NFL this week. The next question is this: which rookie quarterback will play the best?
Easy. Trey Lance. Not even a question. Trey Lance came out last week is when Garoppolo got hurt. They looked so good, but they had no kicker. Literally no kicker. The punter was the kicker, and then the fullback was the holder because the kicker got hurt before the game. And they missed, I think, 2 field goals. They went for it on 2-point conversion. He completed it. In the second half of the game, he had like 127 yards, a 74-yard touchdown to Deebo Samuel. He was rushing the ball like crazy, a couple 4th downs. I said it in the beginning of this podcast when we started to do the draft watch along. I said Trey Lance was my favorite quarterback coming out of the draft, and I still think he's the best one, my favorite one coming out of the draft. I love him, especially in fantasy for FanDuel. 100% him this week.
Is he starting this week?
Yes, because Garoppolo got hurt,
really?
and Garoppolo's
Garoppolo's hurt again.
Hey, Garoppolo's a game time decision.
I'm off my game, Mike. I told you that coming in here today.
Hey, he's a game time decision, so. That means he's not playing because this is when I told you. I said week 4, Trey Lance is going to start the.
Okay,
going to start for the 49ers. And the 49ers.
You got my 10 spot, brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a tough spot to put him in at Arizona, though.
Hey, that's fine. It's a division game. Like we said, division games are always close.
If you look, based on the question you just said, now, if I got Zach Wilson going to London playing against a garbage
not
defense,
London.
You think he's...
Not London. London is such a bad spot to go to.
I'm just saying, he's playing against Atlanta defense.
No, that's fine. I know. I'm just saying, London is so hard to go to London because the game is at 9 o'clock, like in the morning in London, and it's a 5-hour difference compared to where they're from.
Athletes don't like to get up that early. Remember I told you about AAU basketball, Birdie?
Defense.
Remember when I told you about AAU basketball? But if there's going to be an upset, it's going to be in the morning.
Especially in London, the time difference is brutal.
But what I'm saying is he's going up against a real bad defense here, so he's got to have at least a decent game there to when you're going up against a team like that.
Hopefully.
Same thing with Mac Jones. You're playing Houston. You got to. I know he had a great game. You can't have a drop off against that Houston against the Texans this week. So.
My pick, Zach Wilson.
Trey Lance, not a question.
Okay, go ahead, Birdie.
Yeah, if he plays, I'm going to go with Zach Wilson because, like I said, based on the opponent he's going up against. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get ready to rumble. Week 5.
Week 4 or for the week 4 reviews?
No. Who won? You have the tally?
Yeah, I have the picks right here. So we had.
We're gonna make our picks for today. So.
And then we'll do this after.
Yeah. No. Do it first.
I went 8-6. I know that.
All right. So so it was Washington versus Atlanta.
Yeah.
And me and Mike picked Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I believe.
Me and Sage had Washington.
Yeah, and the spread was how much was the spread? 1.5. And what was the score on that game?
34-30.
So we won that one, right?
By 4. You guys lost.
No, we lost that one. So that's 1 for you guys. And then we had Detroit and Chicago.
I was the only one that had
Only
Detroit.
one with Chicago, and the spread and Chicago won that one. So the spread was -3. They won by 10.
Yeah, I was the only one that had that.
So that's 2.
Just 2-0.
No. He's 2-0.
I was the only one that had Detroit.
He's 2-0. We're both 0-3. I was the only one that took the Jets, and the Jets won. So I have 1. So that's 1 for me. And then the Browns and the Vikings. Me and Sage took the Browns. You and Birdie took the Vikings. The Browns won that one. So we won that one. Then we had Carolina and Dallas. I was the only one that took Carolina. Dallas lost. That one broke my heart. So you guys won that one. So I only have 1. Houston, Buffalo. That was the one I was going to talk about. 40-0.
Me and you took Houston.
40-0.
Me and you took Buffalo.
Hey, I'm out on this week. I have like 2 wins.
Yeah, you got a chip, Birdie. Oh, Sage
so
Birdie.
Indy, Miami. Birdie took Indy. He won that one. Giants and Saints. I took the Giants, and Birdie took the Giants. Birdie won that one. Chiefs and Eagles. Me and Sage took the Chiefs, so I won that one, and so did Sage.
I took the Chiefs too.
No, it says right here you took the Eagles. Yeah, it was in Philly.
I gave you.
It was in Philly.
I gave you the stat.
It's a misprint.
No, it's not because I gave you the stat that Mahomes was 2-12 in his last things, and you go, "Oh, really?" And you said, "Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles." I remember you saying.
Seattle, San Francisco.
Throw me right under the bus, bro.
Seattle, San Francisco. Us 3 hooligans took San Francisco. Sage took Seattle. Baltimore, Denver. So guess who the only person is?
Put a banner with the Marconi Club.
Mike, guess who the only person is who took Baltimore over Denver?
Yo.
Yep, I was the only one that took Baltimore over Denver, so I won that one sadly. Absolutely sadly.
Only in the mind of rally would he go against his diehard favorite
to fight
team.
Another day.
So, Birdie, what band is going up, bro?
Hey, I was the only one that took New England.
Red Sox.
A poster of Lenny Dykstra with a cigarette in his mouth. And
we're gonna need that by Tuesday. And then Raiders, Chargers.
I said we put the Red Sox flag.
If I can
so
find
Birdie got week 4.
We'll get a Red Sox.
Right.
Birdie got week 4.
We'll get one of those flags where it shows the kid pissing on the Yankee banner.
All right. Let's get ready to rumble. We got the Jets at Atlanta.
Wait, what about the Rams Seahawks? That one?
Rams Seahawks. Yes. Rams are favored by 2.5.
I don't know.
I am going with the 12th man Okay?
It's in Seattle.
Give me some fucking Pearl Jam. Let me catch some fish at the fish market, okay? Let me check out Russell Wilson's fine-ass wife, okay? And let me lead a hell yeah with Pete Carroll and the 12th man, baby. I'm riding and dining with the Seahawks.
Give me the Rams.
I hate to go against that because
Rams,
Russell
please.
Wilson's 24-10 as an underdog. But something says man for man, the Rams are a better team. I'm going to take the Rams.
But the Rams have proven him in the last few
Yeah,
weeks.
Stafford scares me a little bit in this game, but their personnel is so much better. But this game's a coin flip. But I'll take the Rams.
Riley, Birdie. Okay.
Yep.
New York Jets in Atlanta plus 2.5. I love the over in this. I love the over. I don't care if Stephen Riley Ridley's in a witness protection program. I still love the over.
I just traded for Calvin Ridley in my fantasy league,
Yeah,
and then he's got
playing.
personal issues.
I'm going right now, Birdie. I'm going for my man Jimmy Richards, my college roommate who died in 9/11. My college roommate who died in 9/11 as a firefighter from a family of firefighters, big time Jets fan. This one's for you, Jimbo. Okay, the life of the party. Jets, Jets.
Yeah,
But give me the Jets as well.
I'm gonna make it unanimous because I like what I saw from Zach Wilson last week. So I'm gonna take the. I don't like the Falcons. I'll take the Jets.
I don't like you unanimous.
The Birdman is confirming our pick.
Oh yeah, staying with the Birds.
Dolphins in Tampa.
In Tampa?
Plus, Dolphins getting 10 points. That's a lot of
like
points.
I told you last week when you said 16 with Buffalo, you could give Miami 20 here, and I wouldn't take them. With Jacoby Brissett, Tampa coming off a loss, I'll lay the 10 there.
Oh man.
I'm taking Tampa. You know that, Jack. Come on. my boy Sage, bro. Your family's big time Dolphins fans.
I know.
Jacoby
You might get
Brissett
thrown out of your
I
uncle's
told you
house.
guys a couple of weeks ago, Jacoby Brissett is awful, and he was awful last
I don't know,
week.
but he doesn't need to be terrible. He just needs to keep them.
I don't think he's that bad.
Keep them
If they
under
get
9
behind,
points.
He can't bring them back if they get behind.
Pull the trigger,
Give it to
Rouse.
me.
Piss your family
Give it
off.
to me.
Philly, Miami.
Yes, Miami, please.
Sucker.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah, I went against the Bucks last week and I got it.
Philly plus 4 at Carolina.
Who else?
Real easy for me, baby. You want to know why? Because I love Elton John, right? And you want to get a real sports song. Philadelphia freedom, shine on me. I love you, shine a light. Now, you don't think that's better than Sweet Caroline?
Wow, 'cause
I
we're
hate that
tired of hearing
shit.
it.
Rock and roll, city of brotherly love, the home of Rocky Balboa. I'm going with the Dirty Birds.
Riley Arruda, I'm going to tell you right now that when Carolina gets Stephen Gilmore, C.J. Henderson, and J.C. Horn healthy with that front line, that is going to be a nasty team.
And that they could. Listen. This might be the craziest thing I've said all year.
Oh, boy.
But they could. I'm not saying they will. They could beat the Bucks to the division. They could. I'm not saying they will.
Get everybody healthy.
They could, and it would not surprise me at all. I'm taking Christian McCaffrey, who will play this week,
Okay, Ralph.
and the Panthers. He more than likely will, but he might be on a snap counter.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Carolina here from what I saw.
They could win the division.
Saints, who nobody can figure out, and the Redskins, who can't get a fucking name for their fucking team.
That's
won
Birdie's
last
team.
week.
That's Birdie's team.
They won last week. They give them
This
the
is
W
massive
last week.
dysfunction. I'm bet until they get a football name. I'm betting against them every week. They're the fucking thing in. I'm going against them. What do we got here? The Saints
Chase Young
come
has been
marching
fired
in.
from witness protection.
Oh, when the Saints
Young will
go
show up this
marching
week.
in,
I'll take the Redskins.
I wanna be in that number. Oh, when the Saints go marching in, go Saints!
Famous Jameis. Good luck.
And give me some beads.
Where is this game? In Washington?
It's in Washington.
How many points for Washington?
1.5 for
are
Washington.
getting 1.5.
Yeah, give me the
Give me the
Redskins.
points.
Give me the Redskins.
Dirty Bird, what do you got, buddy?
I'm right. That's my team. I ride with Washington.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your team?
That's my team.
What's up with your boy? You can't find a name for that team?
As long as
there's 500 different kinds of cereals. They all got a name.
I don't care if they have a name or
Right?
not. I just want to know when
There's
Chase
10,000 bags,
Young's going to show
bags
up.
of chips.
Where's
They all
that
got a name.
defense? That defense we were talking about.
Chase
The whole
Young.
thing, though. The linebackers.
Well, their secondary is like
Surviving
Tampa right now.
success.
Hey, why didn't they go out and get Gilmore? That would have been great for them.
I was thinking about that.
Listen. The Carolina should get charged with robbery,
Highway
grand
robbery.
larceny for what they did to them. 6th round for All Pro, please. You know what I mean? Tennessee at Jacksonville. Listen to me. Urban, right? Too stiff. White boys shouldn't be having girls twerking. White boys that are 70 years old, 65 years old, shouldn't have little white college girls twerking on them at the place.
57.
Lay off the sauce, Urban. Hang out with your wife. A little home confinement for you. The hurricane is giving you 60 days home confinement, right? But I'm going to bet with you. I'm going with you, Urban.
What's the points?
4.
You're getting 4.5.
For the
Is
Jaguars? Yeah, give me the Titans and a
the
blowout.
Titans missing Julio?
No, it's okay. So Julio didn't practice today, but A.J. Brown did practice today. So A.J. Brown should be playing. Julio is still questionable. That's why I took the Jets last week, because they didn't have both receivers.
Yeah.
If they had one, I'm taking the Titans. I still believe in the Titans. Derrick Henry has been an absolute animal this year so far. Like, his numbers are through the roof, ridiculous, and they're just going to run all over the Jaguars.
Can you imagine if Derrick Henry was chasing you for your fucking lunch money?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, my God.
I'll throw it on the floor.
Screw. Climb a tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This guy is built like a rhinoceros.
I don't want him chasing me.
He's built like a rhinoceros
Mike.
and runs like a cheetah.
I'd rather have him chasing me than having me stand in front of him. It's full head.
Oh, yeah, those guys are nuts to stand in front of him. Yeah, I'll take Tennessee.
All right.
Who are you taking, Birdie?
Birdie's going with Tennessee.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. Jacksonville, that's a divisional game. They've played them tough, but I guess if they got the receivers back, I'm gonna take the Titans.
Yeah.
Lions getting 9 at Minnesota. I'm going with the Lions.
Yeah, that's too many
Detroit
points.
Rock
Too many
City.
It's in Minnesota?
Yeah,
Oh, give me the Vikings.
Rock and
9
roll.
points?
Yes, give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings. I like a big game from the second year receiver Justin Jefferson. That would be my prop bet right there. Justin Jefferson over yards. He has no corners watching him, and just like we did with Devontae Adams against the Lions, we went over on his yards. Same thing right there. Justin Jefferson over on his yards.
Last week, he was in my fantasy last
Give
week.
me a song by the Supremes. Baby, baby. Motown Magic, baby. Barry Gordy, wake him up. Wake him up. Wake the Supremes, the Temptations, wake him up. I'm going with the Music City, baby. Detroit.
Minnesota.
All right. Denver. Who do you go? Who you going with, buddy?
Denver at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Denver at Minnesota.
No, Detroit
I'm
at
taking
Minnesota.
Detroit. I said I'm taking Detroit.
All right, buddy. Denver at Pitt.
What's the points?
+1.
For who?
Pittsburgh.
I really hope Teddy plays.
No, Denver's getting 1.
Yeah, the line moved the other way.
I really hope Teddy plays. I don't think he will. So we have to go off of Drew Lock. I think that offense is atrocious, and our defense is one of the best in the league. And the best part of their offense is their run game. And we have probably one of the best, if not the best, run defenses in the league right now. Like we give up like the least amount of yards towards the running backs, and our secondary is really good. So I think we could hold them down. The only thing that worries me is Drew Lock, but I'm taking Denver. Come on, yeah.
Does Claypool play this week?
There's a lot of question marks on that. There's Claypool might not play. Deontay Johnson's questionable. Juju's also questionable. Every single one of the receivers are questionable. It's just
TJ Watt played last week, right?
that one I'm not sure.
I know he played last week.
He did. I watched it.
I don't like that quarterback for Denver.
That's fine, but when you have running backs like Javonte Williams, you guys see that run, by the way, that he had? He literally carried the dude on his back for 20 yards.
I did see it.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I can't take Drew Lock in that spot on the road.
I can't. I
just can't.
Brady, you're
do
breaking
it.
my heart.
Never
can't do it.
underestimate the heart of a
If Teddy
champion.
Bridgewater was playing, I would take the Broncos. I can't do it with
Let
that
it be
team.
known right now, right? I'm taking the Steelers for the last time. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, because I believe that Big Ben...
They're desperate
Hold on.
right now,
That
too. They're
Big Ben-
desperate.
That Big Ben don't go out like a sucker.
Well, the Steelers are desperate.
But here's the deal, right? Don't ever let me pick them again or give me 10 lashes.
Yeah.
Okay? If I don't.
Yeah, well.
Pittsburgh. So what's the famous song about Pittsburgh, Birdie? Birdie, it's the most famous song associated with a sports team forever.
Really?
Yeah, really. Willie Pop, Stodgel, and the boys. What was their theme song?
We are family.
We are family.
Hey, whatever the Broncos have for over
yeah.
under on sacks, I would take the over just because their offense.
That prop.
Just because their offensive line for the Steelers are not good, and Von Miller has looked amazing.
Yeah, and Ben Roethlisberger can't move anymore.
Exactly.
Listen, we need to look that up. Green Bay and Cincinnati, please. This is easy. This is stealing.
Ain't that
This
easy.
is stealing. Okay. Wake up the Echoes, baby. It's the Packers. Aaron Rodgers on a mission. Okay? He looks like some hippie beatnik, but on Sunday he turns into Superman. Okay? And he's on a roll. And Cincy just ain't got it. Like Joe Burrow, not enough for the tank. Aaron Rodgers all day. Bet the mortgage. Call St. Anne's and get it done.
Hey, you guys know what that means when he says bet the mortgage.
Yeah, well,
bet the mortgage.
Vegas doesn't make these lines because they're going to get pounded, and they only made it 3. I mean, that tells you that this is going to be a competitive game.
Okay.
I don't like to bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to go and I'm going to lay the 3 here.
Listen, you might
I'm penciling you in
listen,
right now.
listen,
right?
listen. You might not find a bigger Aaron Rodgers fan than me, unless it's a Packers fan that lives in Green Bay. But I'm taking Cincinnati just because that offense is so good, and the best corner on the Packers, Jair Alexander, who's been ridiculous this year.
Yeah.
He's not going to play this week,
Okay.
and they're also losing a bunch of corners. But you don't have to talk me into Aaron Rodgers. I think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. So you do not
They could put
you
the
do not have to
fucking
talk me into it.
custodian from the Packers and on that game, and they're winning the game.
I'll take the Bengals.
right.
I hate. It hurts me to say it though.
Cheeseheads, Pats, Houston. Are the Pats ready to be a 9-point favorite against anybody?
Yeah, because this team,
Okay.
this might be the worst team in the league.
I'm going with the Pats. Mac Jones, roll tide.
Well, the only thing that scares me about the Patriots, like I told you
Please
earlier,
come to
they're
Boston for
they're missing players
springtime.
every day. They're dropping players, but this Houston team's bad. It's tough for me to back them even getting 9 points. I got to take the Patriots. Belichick against a rookie quarterback.
I'll
We got
I'll take the Texans.
You are
9 at home,
okay.
and Brandon Cooks has looked really good this season. So I'm liking some big plays from him.
the Bears versus the Raiders at Las Vegas. Hostile environment. Don't overthink it.
That's a trap game.
Go with Chucky.
That's a trap game.
Okay.
Justin Fields starts.
Yeah. Who do you got, Birdie?
Raiders are coming off a Monday night loss, short week. Did not look good in the first half. Redeemed himself somewhat in the second half.
It's not going to work though.
Against a rookie quarterback, Vegas at home. I got to take the Raiders.
What's the points?
5.5.
5.5.
Man, I want to keep saying that the Raiders' second half push is not going to keep working. I mean, it showed up last week because all their other games they've started off slow and then pushed really hot. I'll take the Raiders, and I hope I jinx them.
Great. Cleveland at San Diego, second game of the week. I'm going to keep this real simple, right? Forget all the white noise. San Diego overcame one of the most unfair obstacles I've ever seen in professional sports. Essentially, their fans being outnumbered 3-1 at home against division rival. They're battle tested. They're ready. They're young quarterbacks on the come. They're talented. I'm going with San Diego.
This game would be almost impossible to pick, but seeing how Baker Mayfield's got his arm, he looked bad last week. He's got an injury. I'm going with the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers, and please give Austin Eckler the ball a lot. I need him to.
Yeah, I had him.
I need him to explode in fantasy.
The G-Men versus the Cowboys, one of the greatest rivalries in the history
Is
of
this
the
Monday or
National Football game, baby.
Sunday.
This is Lawrence Taylor and Hollywood Henderson, baby. This is Michael Irvin and Plaxico Burress. This is Eli Manning and Roger the Dodger. This is Michael. Can you imagine Michael Irvin and Lawrence Taylor out on the town in one night? Oh boy!
Yeah,
boy.
I'll put my money on LT there.
Hey, take your watch. Listen, take your watch.
You all remember Michael
Take your
Irvin
watch.
went down to Miami
Yeah.
with and he had into the place with Benny Blades. They had to go down and tell him these are
Benny,
serious guys, Mike. You don't want to mess with these guys.
Yeah, they're real killers. He goes, I'm a killer too. He goes,
I'm
not
a
like
killer
these
too. He
guys.
goes, no, Mike, you don't want to mess with these dudes.
Okay, I'm going with them boys.
What's the points
I'm going with them boys.
I think the Giants
7.
getting
With-
7 here.
at home?
I got to take the
No, I
Giants.
got Dallas.
it's in
Oh, at
Dallas.
Dallas?
I know the Cowboys look good, but I think the Giants showed me something last
They
week.
did.
7
The
points
quarterback's
here.
gonna be all right.
I'm not saying the Giants are going to beat them, but I'll take the touchdown.
again? I'm going to do it. I'm taking the Giants
Yeah,
just
I am
because
too.
Saquon. I need a big game from
Yeah,
you
he
again.
looked good last week,
Oh yeah, he looked
Saquon, yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
San Fran's Justin Field gets his chance against Tyler Murray.
Give me Trey Lance.
San Fran's getting 5 at Arizona. I'm going with the Cards.
No, I can't.
Trey Lance, baby.
I can't lay 5. Is it Trey Lance? Oh, see, that scares me a little bit. San Fran lost last week. 4-0. Give me San Fran plus the 5.
Kyler's so good, but Man, I don't know. I was praising about them last show, and I think that right now I have them at number 1 in my power rankings. But it's just they're gonna lose eventually, and this is another division game.
Division game is the key. Yeah,
two division games in a row is tough.
These teams know each other. They play twice a year. You're not gonna fool anybody. They know. They've seen his speed. They know him. So I like San Fran with the points.
Rookie quarterback versus one of the hottest quarterbacks in the NFL, and that's what made it easy for me. What do you like, Rouse?
Trey Lance. He's my dude. I'm gonna keep riding with him. Keep riding with him.
Game of the week: Buffalo plus 2.5 at Kansas City. Kansas City, here we come. Kansas City, here we come. KC and the Sunshine Band, giving it me all. Give me the barbecue. Give me the soul music. Give me East St. Louis. Give me it all.
This spread,
give me it all.
This spread's going to be 3 by the time the game comes.
All right.
If I can't see it,
I'm going with Pat Mahomes.
Do this. How can
okay? Very easy for me to do. All right.
This is so tough.
That Kansas City defense last week get just
and the Bills offense. The Bills offense are one of the best in the league right now. They're getting everybody involved. It's not just Stephon Diggs.
It's ready for prime.
Give me the Bills. Give me the Bills.
This is the only time I'm going to do this year, but I'm going to take the Bills.
Their offense is involving everyone.
I can see a coalition being formed here. Okay, it's kind of right there. Tape it to the desk.
What about Monday?
I can't.
Is there a Monday game?
Monday night. What's Monday?
Monday. What is Monday?
I have it listed on here. I don't even know what the Monday.
Who's on? Oh, I got it. Indy and the Ravens.
Oh, what's the point total?
Indy's getting 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, come on. You don't got to ask me.
Ravens, right?
Yeah, come on. Lamar's my dude. He's been looking great.
I'm going with you. So, Birdie, what do you got?
Wentz came back. They looked pretty decent last week. I'll take the points. 6.5, 7, whatever it is.
Birdie going with the points. No way.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
Of course.
Okay. It's in stone right there. Tape it to the desk. Where's the official tape?
I will tape it when we get off of this. I have to find it.
On the lock and guard?
Yes, sir.
On the lock and guard? Okay. Now, we're done. But you two creative genius. How much cash you committing to this FanDuel experience?
$5.
All right.
That's all it is.
All right. I'll put Riley's 5 in.
No, it's only $5 total.
No, we want to go $10. A $10 game.
You got to put two entries.
Yeah, that's even better. We can split the team up.
Yeah. He's gonna have to make up 2 lines.
I'm gonna make some phone calls. You guys are gonna handle this. I'll come
in
now.
Yeah.
All right. We good?
Oh yeah.
Just give me his number and he can text me the team.
No, he's doing a show right now with you.
You're gonna put the whole team together right now?
Yeah, I'll do it after. Yeah, after this is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I went. Well, let's X out of here and get 5 minutes. I'm gonna walk these gentlemen out. All right. Yo, BadCatz, you know how we
Sox.
do it.
Go Sox.
Go Sox.
Peace.
That's right. Tampa Bay. I'll piss in it. Psst. Later.